Welcome back to the channel. I haven't done too many videos lately. The F20 that you've probably been following on this channel, the head needed some extensive work. I brought it to the machine shop. They pulled the valve seats out of it, as of course you've seen in the other videos. The valve seats had already been replaced once. They had to cut the seats out. They found a bunch of cracks in it. They found 2 bent valves. So I had to source some new valves for it. And then I had to get it from the machine shop. I had to bring it up to the gentleman that does the crack repair, kind of a lock and stitch guy. You can look that up. There's a special procedure for that. He finished it. I had to pick it up from that gentleman, bring it back to the machine shop, and have the inserts put in. And they actually called me 2 days ago, said the head's ready. I'll just have to go down there and pick it up. So in the meantime, I found this motor here, this engine here. This is a McCormick Deering engine. It's not considered a hit or miss engine. McCormick Deering engines were throttle governed engines. Like I said, it's a 1.5 horse. It's in pretty rough shape, but we should be able to get it going. I will, or we will, take a look at what it needs. So we'll start on the top, the water hopper. This is a picture of the tag. It says 1.5 horse, serial number 711. Oh, 7, is that a 1? Yeah, 71197. And right there, 1.5 horse. Okay. We got the oiler, very nice oiler. Needs a little cleaning. We have maybe something living in it. Hopefully they jumped out when we brought it home. We'll have to clean that out. All right. So this engine here would have been run on kerosene. All right. So we started on gas. So gas. We actually fill this. Let's see if I can get it here. This here is filled. You put gasoline in there. That's how we started to get it hot enough to run kerosene. All right. And we got the choke is on and choke is off. But I don't know. That might need some work. All right. So while we're here, so we have kerosene right here, kerosene valve, and water. All right. So while I'm up here, I'll explain how this works. We start the engine on gasoline. All right. So just the gasoline we put in there. Start the engine on gasoline. By the time that gasoline runs out, the engine should be warm enough to run kerosene. So when that runs out, it takes over the kerosene. Now, while we're running on kerosene, we need to add some water when the engine gets real hot, because the kerosene will pre-ignition, and you'll get a pre-ignition knock, just like on a car. The older generation will know about a knock, a cylinder knock, or a pre-ignition knock. So we add a little water, and actually the water they would take from the hopper, or you could have a separate water source. All right, and so there's the valves. So that's essentially the carburetor. And what we're looking at here, this is the throttle. And like I said, it's throttle governed. That's the throttle. And we have, let's see up here, we have an intake valve right here. All right, that's stuck. So the head's gonna probably have to come off. Exhaust valve is below it, that's stuck. All right, rocker arm. So like I said, the fuel tank on this, which is right, of course you see the fuel fills here, that would have been the kerosene, and the kerosene line comes up to the carburetor. All right, so let's see if we can follow that down. It had a fuel pump, pot metal or white metal fuel pump. On all the internationals, they'll be broken. You can get a new one. They have new, they're not cast iron, but they're aluminum or brass. Excuse me, they're not aluminum, they're brass. They're like a bronze. All right, so one of the things I noticed here is, if you look, we have some repair on one of the arms, and also the bolt is the mounting bolt for the fuel pump is broken. And on this side here, it's actually missing a bolt right there. So we'll have to fix that. All right. We got the Magneto, Type L, International Harvester Magneto. And this is the igniter. All right, so the arm, this actually gives you a spark. This trips this lever and creates it makes a gap for the spark off the energy from the Magneto. All right, and we were talking here, that's the water valve, so it would have had a handle on it. We could have plumbed water in here, or it could have been a drain for the hopper. Exhaust pipe. I don't think there's anything living in there, so it's pretty good. And again, this would be that's the water valve, and this port here would have been water up to the carburetor. All right, and that's just the drain back valve for the fuel right there, because they don't have floats on it. Once the fuel level gets so high, it just goes back to tank. All right, and of course the fuel tank is in the body of the engine. That's the drain for the fuel tank. Let's see if we can see that in there. I'll go around the other side. So this is the governor setup on it. The governor springs, and there's the latch, the lever here. So this big piece here moves side to side. As the governor opens up, this will slide. You can see it barely moves, and it'll push this lever, and this lever will hook to the throttle shaft up front. All right. One piece cast iron construction, unlike the hit or miss engines where you can usually see the crank. So let's open this up here. This is the back of it. We can look in here together. There you go. That's what it looks like. Clean it up a little. There's a spring laying on the bottom. All right. Guess there's nothing living in there. The grease cups. So it has a grease cup for the main bearings. So this grease cup here and this grease cup here. And this grease cup here is for the cam. All right. And we have a grease cup here. This is actually a grease cup here. All right. International Harvester. There you go. And I'm going to do some videos of tearing it down, and we'll see how long it takes to get this one running. Thanks for watching.